What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So I have a video here by China Unvarnished, man. And I loved a lot of his videos because now, we're talking, now, I go from the United States and just the craziness of what women want. And now he does something about a lot of the Chinese women, man, how delusional and dysfunctional they get. And I'm just like, wowzers. So, yeah, I'd like to present this and let's listen in. So, Go Digger mocks ugly and broke guy at dating event, then goes crazy choosing the rich guest. So, let's get into this.
养得起你觉得？我不知道，大概呢？200-300万了一年。
The woman in the video who says a boyfriend needs to earn 2 to 3 million yuan a year just to afford her is today's matchmaking guest. Her name is Shan. She runs her own small business and earns 300,000 yuan a year. Right now, she's temporarily staying in her girlfriend's small apartment, but claims she also owns a 180 square meter home worth 5 million yuan. When the host asked if they could take a look at it, she refused. Shan's criteria for a partner are simple, just one word: dependable. So the show introduced her to Mr. Chen, a gentle and well-mannered man who works as a professional designer and earns about 100,000 yuan a year. After meeting, the two sat at opposite ends of the couch, and the atmosphere was a bit awkward.
我想应该是不会去挑剔这一个的，他算是比较偏好的那种吧。我不是非常能够把控得了太漂亮的女孩子，信心这一块的话还是缺少一点。
Mr. Chen felt that the woman's looks made him feel a bit insecure. He added that he generally doesn't focus on appearance. He prefers connecting heart to heart. When the topic turned to spending and income, the woman revealed that her monthly expenses are 30,000 to 40,000 yuan. That one sentence clearly exposed the financial gap between them.
一个月要3-4万。
你平时一个月开销都差不多多少？3-4千吧，3-4千，包括还租。
After learning that Mr. Chen only spends 3,000 to 4,000 yuan a month, the woman suddenly changed the subject and began talking about a former suitor of hers.
他跟我一个朋友很像，长得也很像，经历也很像，所以我追了8年都没追上。他靠自己的能力拿到了香港的，就是投资移民。
Dude, 8 years the dude was chasing you? 50 million yuan? Jesus. I'm trying to figure out what the United States equivalent is. Because I know it's like 7 yuan to $1. That's a lot of money. And are you really that dumb and stupid? Because your value goes down when you grow older. Holy moly.
在那边买套5000万的别墅。
Even such an impressive guy didn't make the cut for her. Looks like she brought up this big shot to hint at Mr. Chen to give up.
他一个月花3-4千的话，包括吃饭，包括交房，等于说1顿饭花几十块钱。我从来不吃这样的。那你男朋友也要担任车夫这个角色是吧？那肯定的了，我不会开车嘛，包括他也得会做饭。
At this point, the host also realized that the woman's claim of just wanting someone dependable was clearly false. What she really wanted was someone with a high income, a house and a car, and who would also be her chauffeur and cook. So they introduced her to another candidate, Mr. Li, a host with an annual income of 150,000 yuan, who owns a house and a car. This time, as soon as they met, the woman began showing off her superiority, saying she only dines in high-end places, spending 1,000 yuan per meal, and if it's below that standard, she'd rather go hungry. Mr. Li didn't hold back either, and gave her a sarcastic response.
这边经济比较发达，所以花1万多对于一个这么高档次的女生来说，我觉得是不多的。
多，
不多，你再花点没关系的。
反正花的又不是他的钱。
Although Mr. Li didn't say it outright, It was clear he saw through her money-driven attitude.
Yeah.
The woman probably sensed Mr. Lee looked down on her materialism, so she hurried to clarify, claiming she had also gone through hardship. She then began to recount her past, saying she started working at a young age. She intended to win sympathy, but instead, Mr. Lee felt she had too much social experience, not fitting his ideal partner.
All these guys, wow. What, 150,000 yuan? I mean, that's a lot of US dollars. I'm sorry, I just can't do the conversion right now because I haven't been in China in a while. But I'm like, whoa. And this is why a lot of the Chinese guys are like rolling out. They're going to go find chicks in Africa, Russia, some other places. They're going to be like, those ladies are going, I'll take those Chinese guys. I will marry them. And I ain't going to cost what these entitled Chinese women are. Jesus.
He just wanted a simple, down-to-earth woman, so this date ended in failure. 2 failed dates in a row, and the woman still hadn't found a man she
And
deemed
whose
suitable.
fault that
She
is
looked
that?
a bit disappointed. That's when the host played his trump card. He introduced her to his friend, Bossrin, who owns his own company and earns 1 million yuan a year. After hearing the introduction, the woman showed great interest in Bossrin.
Yeah.
She even began to imagine marrying him. Could she win over this millionaire businessman?
Hell
As soon
no.
as they met, her attitude made a 360-degree shift. She even softened her tone when speaking. However, Bossrin immediately questioned her backstory. She had been out in the workforce since age 18, and now at 25, apart from 4 years of working, she had spent the rest of the time in relationships, yet managed to buy a nearly 5 million yuan apartment and
Yep.
open a bakery. This made Bossrin suspicious about the source of her income.
Uh-huh.
Panicked, the woman began fumbling over her explanations.
Yeah. All right. Let's get this shooting game. Survive. Why is my internet going slow? Survive. Find those skeletons. All right.
One moment, she said her family helped pay for the house, and the next, she said her family was so poor they couldn't afford her school fees, forcing her to work. Bossrin felt that her stories didn't add
Yeah.
up. He couldn't believe what she was saying.
就很多事情都解释不通。
Yeah.
这个房子怎么买啊？
But the woman found Bossrin more and more attractive, thinking he barely matched her standards.
这个差不多跟我的圈子还能接上边儿一点儿，其他都打工仔，跟我打工还差不多。
In the end, Bossrin laid it all out. He had no interest in her. The woman was so angry, she stomped her foot in frustration.
现实是残酷的，还是穷人多富人少。
Turns out, landing a wealthy eligible bachelor isn't that easy after all.
No.
要多少才能养得起？你觉得？
我不知道，
大概呢？
200-300万一年。
Reality tells us that choosing a partner isn't a fantasy, and it's definitely not about making demands that.
Yeah. And she's what, 25? And, this is like all over the internet. And guys going to be like, nah. And then if she marries a guy, she's going to just take him for everything. If she's like, gets angry, mad, goes crazy. And even, the last guy, the boss. Yeah, I'd be like questioning, like, how did you get the money to pay for that property? Maybe she had some other guy. She's not telling a lot of stuff right now.
Reach for the sky. Would a man earning 2 to 3 million yuan a year really be attracted to a girl who relies on a friend's help to live in a tiny apartment and constantly contradicts herself?
Yeah.
From beginning to end, she claimed she just wanted someone reliable, but everyone could see what she really wanted wasn't love. It was status, wealth, and control. Chen Xianxiang felt inferior and backed down. Li Xianxing responded with sarcasm and calm, and Bossrin saw right through her. Her words simply didn't hold up. It wasn't that she wasn't good enough for these men. It's that she never truly intended to understand any of them in the first place.
Nope.
What she wanted was an ATM that could support her, not a life partner to walk through life with. Sadly, the real world isn't a fairy tale. A prince won't show up just because you shout, "I can afford 1,000 yuan meals." Sadly, Shan isn't an exception. There are plenty of women out there who treat marriage as a springboard to wealth, not a path to genuine love.
觉得月薪3000的男生可以追你不？
不可以。
但是他对你特别好呢，可以吗？
也不行。
那你觉得月薪多少的男生可以追你呢
W 以上
？1 W 还是几 W？
10W。
哦，那这样的男生很少哎，你遇到过吗？
我身边都是10W 以上的男生呀。
如果男生追你的话，挣多少钱比较合适？
起码3万起步吧，1个月。
够花吗？
你要看怎么花了。你要是省一点的话，那也是够花的。你要说啊，我要这那的消费的，那肯定就没有上限了呀。
月薪3000的男生可以追你吗？
哇，
我觉得不太能，这是一个很现实的问题。1个月3000，他的估计都养不起自己，更别说2个人了。我又不是那种吃饭接受 AA 的人。
Wow. Yep. And you know, even in China, these women are out of control. Oh God. And same thing, yeah, these Chinese men are like, nah, man, we ain't gonna deal with it. Maybe I'll just like play and mess with you, but nah, you ain't gonna be white material. This is just like craziness. All right, man. Shout out to China Unvarnished. And if any of you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKO special help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you are, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video.